This week's Los Angeles Times article, When a Trusted Financial Professional Targets the Assets of America's Elderly, is really worth reading. Whether you're a senior yourself or you have elderly loved ones, now's the time to be on guard against elder financial abuse. The article notes that in 2017, financial institutions filed 63,500 suspicious activity reports, SARs, tied to the exploitation of older adults, quadruple the number reported just 4 years earlier. Parts of the article are based on a very important February 2019 study by the U.S. Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. The study references elder financial exploitation as EFE. The study, which we've linked in our text, is available online. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, or CFPG, website reports that since 2013, financial institutions have reported to the federal government over 180,000 suspicious activities targeting older adults, involving a total of more than $6 billion. Key findings from the Bureau include the supposition that suspicious activity reports likely represent a tiny fraction of actual incidents of financial exploitation. That means the actual scale of elder financial abuse is much larger than we might think. Other findings include nearly 80% of EFE suspicious activity reports involved a monetary loss to older adults and/or the financial institution. In elder financial exploitation, suspicious activity reports involving a loss to an older adult, the average amount lost was $34,200. In 7% of these EFA SARs, the loss exceeded $100,000. Adults ages 70 to 79 had the highest average monetary loss of $45,300. Losses were greater when the older adult knew the suspect. The average loss per person was about $50,000 when the older adult knew the suspect and $17,000 when the suspect was a stranger. Fewer than one-third of EFE SARs indicated that the filer reported the suspicious activity to a local, state, or federal authority. So let's step back from this for a moment and see what conclusions we can draw from the Bureau's research. Losses are greater when the elder knows the suspect. Adults ages 70 to 79 had the highest average monetary loss, $45,300. Don't count on the financial institution to report the suspicious activity to the local, state, or federal authority. The report rate is only about 33%. Share this information with elders so that they know that the danger of fraud against them increases with age. At Hackard Law, we regularly represent beneficiaries in California estate and trust litigation, and many of these cases involve elder financial abuse. The statistics from the LA Times article are really just the tip of the iceberg. Because there are so many cases, we know we cannot represent everyone. But I've written 2 books on the subject, The Wolf at the Door and Alzheimer's Widowed Stepmothers and Estate Crimes. If you'd like a free copy of either book, just send your address and an email to me at hackard@hackardlaw.com, and I'll be glad to put one in the mail. Thank you for listening.